guys win.
Thank you so much, Trevor and Stress, as we're joined here by Hjarnan and kaSing, who both had a very, very good game. Congratulations, guys. Nice one.
Thank you.
A little close. But I just want, okay, so we had a crazy game, a lot of chaos, but I want to go all the way back to the beginning. And I just have to say, I really like your draft. So I really like the Rumble Sivir pick up first, because I think it's really good for you guys. But then you locked in the Annie after you've seen the Janna. Was that a pick you had planned already? Or was it just because they went so much disengaged that you felt you needed an extra tool to lock them down in the fights?
I was actually expecting them to go for more of a Alistar Nautilus kind of champions, because just that's in the meta right now and they just provide so much more. And I didn't expect them to go second rotation Janna, because it just seems like Janna isn't the greatest at second rotation. Like, she's more of a counter pick or situational pick to go with your comp. So yeah, then I saw it, I was like, okay, Annie can just abuse it pretty much.
And then the next rotation, they picked the Vayne, and they gave the full Gromp XP to Vayne. And how was that early game for you, Hjarnan?
It was fine if we wouldn't, like, we were a bit late to lane as well. We took the small golem, but we wanted to take the full, but then we will miss 3 melee creeps, so we didn't do that. And then we gone to lane and we were like, oh, they didn't take anything. And then I see, oh, level 2. That's a bit hard now. And then we just called Lulex to get the early gank in, so we can get that pressure off us. And we got a free kill, and then they think they ganked Udo bot.
Yeah, they did get ganking all the while in the meanwhile.
Yeah, so it was still a fine trade, but I think we still played the early game pretty bad.
Yeah, to illustrate, maybe in your 3 wins before this, you averaged 4.5k gold lead at 20 minutes. In this one, you were 1.6k behind at 20 minutes. How much did you feel that translated into the game, knowing that you had to play catch-up, kaSing?
Well, early game was just, I got caught for no reason, like 2 times. And then, I don't know, my mind was a bit not that great because I was just a bit tilted. But after that, we just picked up the pace and we started to use our comp properly, efficiently, with TF and Annie just engaging anytime we want whilst Vayne split push. And then after, it was just like, we just kept doing it, and then we tried to play around like objectives because they got all the dragons, and it was like we were getting pressured. And then we had to like try and make a play around Baron, and then you saw Lulex just die to it after, and yeah, that wasn't the best call.
Yeah.
But then after, we just kept playing the team fights right, and then eventually we just out-pressured them.
Yeah, so you guys got behind early. We have a couple of replays. There's so many team fights to choose from, but I think the first replay, when you get that on your screen right now, should be one of where the game's pretty close. So, kaSing, we can roll the clip right here. So, what happens?
Well, we knew that. Sorry, next time I just got in another lane, so and he could just like, well, I could just stun the Vayne, and then after we get free pick on her, and then we could just get mid tower after. But then, yeah.
You don't remember it? Yeah, you flashed him.
Sorry, that was many
fights. What was impressive to me mostly, and just a follow-up question I want to ask you guys here is, you seem to be very in sync with Ryu. You know, every time you flash Tibbers, it seems that he had his Destiny prompted and ready, and at the same time, Hjarnan, you were not afraid to go deep into these fights. Like you didn't die a single time, I think, in this entire game, but you were always up in front of the fight with Sivir. Is that just because you feel comfortable in the champion, or were you just feeling fantastic this game, or what happened?
I don't know, I just felt I had to do something. Usually Udo steps up and carry the game, but yeah, this time I had to do something extra, so I just did it.
Well, it worked out.
You just did it. We're actually going to pull another replay on the screen. We're showing where you're definitely doing it and just very much stepping up in this fight. Who I believe was the fight which SK was gonna get the 5th dragon, but they don't end up getting it. We can roll the clip on Hjarnan, and you can talk us through this one.
Okay, so we know that we wanna go for Fox here. I think we're calling it right now with the Ryu, but I see Kendepan out of position, so I just changed focus here right now, and I get a lucky crit on him. So
skill?
I can just finish, yeah, skill. So I finish him off, and I hear that they kill Victor, and then after that the team fight is pretty much won.
Yeah, establishing that AD carry dominance. Overall, I just was very impressed with the way you guys called back into the game and kept winning these team fights. Did you guys at any point think this game is, you know, slipping out of our hands, or did you get really worried? And how were the communications, especially in these fights, because they seemed very chaotic? So was everybody shouting, or was it still calm and collected?
Well, most of the time we timed Victor's cleanse and flash. Like, he was like our main priority, because Vayne, as soon as she built Blade of Rune King and PD, and she pretty much went for like QSS and Giant Spell and stuff after, she basically doesn't have enough damage to do something in fights. So most of our time, like most fights, we just called out Victor, and whenever we could, we just kite back if anything. And then after, it was just like, once Victor was dead, pretty much they didn't have much damage.
Yeah. Solid game plan playing those team fights. A final question for Hjarnan. In the feature, we did see when I asked you last time how come you were doing so well, you just said kaSing. I do want to repeat here, you did 46% of your team's damage in this game. You had a 96% kill participation. That is 25 kills over the 26 you were involved in. Is the answer still kaSing? Because, come on.
kaSing.
kaSing. There we go. That's what I want to hear. Thank you guys very much. Great by H2K as a whole. Congratulations, guys. All right, in just a few minutes, Fnatic will look to continue their undefeated streak against the struggling Elements. We'll be right back right after this.
kaSing.